on the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium, just north of downtown Tampa. Today, Week 17 is upon us, and we've got a good one in store here, as it'll be the Green Bay Packers taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Men ready to do battle. It's time to dance. And off we go from Tampa. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Got a man and he hits him in stride. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
Get it! Ready!
Still going inside the 20. Touchdown, Tampa Bay! Jalen Waddle with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Buccaneers need just 2 plays on their opening drive to take the early lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. The Bucs ready for the kickoff, and here we go. It's in the air. And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Now a run. Here's the rookie from USC. And his defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. You look at this defense for Tampa Bay. Well, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
And the big difference in the game, their ability to force turnovers. Multiple, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, the big difference in the game.
It was impressive. Now the question, can they duplicate it? And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. They'll come up now 3rd and 3. They'll set up a throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Panther 60, Panther 60. Let's go.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. On 1st down, Bullard. A nice opening right away as he'll maneuver his way up to the 32-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. The Bucs at 12-3 now on the year. They were winners the last time out, so they'll be looking here to make it 2 in a row.
And when you and I watched tape preparing for this one, what we saw was a team that competed hard, and they played well in all 3 phases of the game. And I think if they can carry that over to this week, they've got a really good chance to emerge victorious yet again.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
18, rather. Let's go. Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. He caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle. Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And now the Tampa Bay field goal unit comes out here. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So a touchdown on their opening drive and 3 more here, and it adds to their first quarter lead.
Yeah, everything's going according to plan so far because the offense has moved the ball, defense able to do their job, and here the special teams unit comes through with their contribution. A field goal to make it 10-zip.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. He finds his man, complete. That's Reed. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. Another first down there as this one goes for 25. Looking to throw. Short throw. He's got Kraft. Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down. You look at this defense for Tampa Bay. It's quite a unit, that's for sure. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typically what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. That is caught. And he's going to have the Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he will possibly get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. On the other hand, it will definitely take us to the end of the first quarter of play. The Packers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Let's go now. Nice.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. So now the Packers turn things over to the special teams crew. They're on for the field goal try. And his kick is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So a good job there to kind of weather the storm in that first quarter and come back with their first points of the ball game.
Yeah, you hate to be coming from behind early on, but you're exactly right. They took some time, able to move the ball, and now it's back to a 10-3 game.
And he'll be out of bounds here, a yard shy of the 25 and the 24. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Cowboy 80. Let's go.
Here's a quick throw out left. That's caught. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield. Well, they have that one sniffed out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
2nd and 10.
Here we go, set. 70 Lions.
Again, he'll drop the throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Viking 18.
Back to throw again. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And this is going to be Packer football. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
2nd and 9 now. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Bucky Irving with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Packers are an extra point away from evening this one up. Point after, right down the middle. And we are even at 10 apiece. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units. And they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
The key to any screenplay is all in the deception. That means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
They'll set up to throw. That is brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Hey, check that.
They'll try and run for it. And it was a stiff arm there that freed him enough to get the first before he's tackled. Remember, that was 4th and a full 2 yards. There's a big difference between that and 4th and maybe 6 inches or a yard.
Yeah, you're exactly right, because when it's at 6 inches, you just fall forward and you pick it up, right? You just go quarterback sneak. But having to move bodies, that means you actually have to execute because they know what you're going to do. How are you going to make the right play call and get everyone into the right spot and win at the line of scrimmage? That's what they did there.
Of course, that flag accepted, and it backs the ball up 5 yards. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15.
70 Timberwolves, 79 Broncos.
He'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Lightning 18. Go.
On play action, they'll throw. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
Partner, the Mike linebacker, the middle linebacker has so many different responsibilities. How excited do you think he was to get home with that blitz?
Yeah, he wants a sack. He got it.
Let's go now. 70 Lions.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this one is incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
And this will be touched by a member of the kicking team inside the 20, and it's at the 17-yard line. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. Their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and it brings brings up 3rd and 5 now.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, short tackle.
And that will be incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
That's pulled in at the 32. 13 yards the tally on the return there. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. He finds his man, complete. It's Gonzalez. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Now a handoff up the middle. Bullard. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Open man is Waddle, complete. Only able to gain a couple there. And that's going to bring up second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Here's 2nd and 8. And a quick throw here, that's complete. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Here is 3rd down and 4.
Set. 70 Timberwolves. 79 Broncos. Take over.
He'll drop to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Oh, he left that one in a bad spot, but fortunately it's just an incompletion and not picked to bring up 4th down. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one, as it's good from 56 yards out. And they will take the lead at 13-10. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. He finds his man, complete. It's Reed. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Packers set to get the football first, and they are trailing on the scoreboard as we resume action, ready for the 3rd quarter. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. shotgun. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up. Converged on his man and broke the play up.
And that is incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
Now, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on fourth down. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on fourth down. On now is the Packers punter, as he'll punt it away for the second time. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. This is brought in at the 21.
And he'll take a shot at the end of that one, and they'll begin right there.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Now he'll tuck this and run. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
I ain't going to scan downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
Now a 2nd and 10.
They'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. 7 go.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 1st down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. 19 tight, 19 tight. Ready.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
This will be caught. It's Waddle.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. The end result, 21 yards.
Buccaneers, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Up the middle they go. Bullard. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. A great effort there. With touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Bucs are able to stretch out their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a nice return, but he's going to pay for it as they knock him down hard at the end. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during this series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Yaya Diaby, he's the one who got in there. He gets the sack.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. They'll drop to throw. And the ball is knocked out. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
They'll run on first down. Bullard. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer.
Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Yellow, 22. Check, huh?
And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that.
No gain on the play. It's now 3rd down and long.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
60 boxes. 60 boxes.
He'll look to throw. He finds Smith out of the backfield. So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And it'll be 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
So the fumble recovery had them set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Well, right now, they're in a bit of a tough spot here, CD. You're trailing by double digits. Remember the last time out, they fumbled. They're going to have to play some clean football here on this possession.
And all the talk on their sideline has been about taking care of the football, making sure that they're handling the ball correctly. So you know they'll be squeezing the rock pretty tight here. They just have to be careful not to go so hard in doing that they actually cause themselves other problems. Take care of the ball, but still try and play free and natural.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
That's good for a Packers 1st down.
A run up the middle with Irving. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 45-yard line.
Let's go now.
Now back to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
Ready. Hop, 70. Hop.
They'll try and run here with Irving. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Packers. Bucky Irving with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Packers have got it back to within a score.
We see this a lot on 3rd and short yardage, especially down here in the red zone. They're going to sell out to stop the run, try and hold them to a field goal. But once the running back gets past the first wave, the resistance can evaporate after that. And he not only picks up the first, but takes it all the way into the end zone.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter, despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
Viking 18. Ready.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down.
First and 10 at the 43
Here we go. Here we go. Let's go.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. First down, Bullard. Down the sideline he goes. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. 88 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
At the 17-yard line.
At the 60. At the 60.
Back to throw now on first down. It's caught. Smith. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Inside handoff, Smith. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
At the 29-yard line.
19, Tiger, 19, go!
They'll look to throw here. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A big play that time on the catch and run. And it's going to yield a new set of downs. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Bucs are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a 2-score game here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team is playing, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He finds his man complete. It's Reed. And he is going to lose yardage here. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. 2nd and 11 now. They'll set up a throw.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
The offense on 3rd down, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again.
Short throw has got Kraft.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield.
Wow, and that is incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
Catch is made. It's Harmon. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a first down. Again, he'll drop the throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
And a nice milestone reached on that last throw is here late in the season. He goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long. Had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps to go out and make plays for him and H it.
And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown.
And the Packers have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth.
The call is to go for one and kick the extra point. And this is back to a 5-point game. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away.
Here's Smith now to return.
Well, a dangerous return man showing it here.
And a great return, solid field position. He's up all the way to the 45-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Here's 3rd and 10.
Looking to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Fielded at the 20.
Well, nice return that time. Gets 12 yards back.
And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Come on.
He's back to throw.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Part of what we've partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
Look in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Final minute, no timeouts at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10.
Back to throw.
That's to Kraft, the tight end.
And remember, field goal does them no good in this situation.
You got to think they should be taking some shots for the end zone soon. Back to throw. Got an open man, it's Harmon. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there. Picked up the first down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as they understand where they are in the field.
This is 1st and 10.
Cut 19. Cut 19.
He'll look to throw. That's into the hands of Edwards. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25.
Here's 1st down.
Look at 19. 19 right. Go.
They'll look to throw.
Able to find his man, Kraft.
And down inside the 15 he goes.
That's another Packers first down.
18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal.
First down.
This one came right down to the wire. And CD, they had that one final chance to try to navigate their way into the end zone, but couldn't get it done.
Executed it flawlessly, and no flags, because remember, if there's a defensive penalty,